What's going on, everybody? This is Tony. Welcome you back to Comiverse. This episode is a new series that I'm doing called Tony's Top 10, and I hope you enjoy the first episode, which is going to be my top 10 books currently reading now that I really enjoy. So stick around. Hey, everybody. Tony, welcome you back to another video. Like I said in the intro, this new series I'm calling Tony's Top 10. Basically, every video I'm going to list my favorite top 10 of something, whether it be my favorite comics, um, weapons, anime, whatever I like. I'm going to list my favorite top 10 here. And if you're enjoying the content so far, please like and subscribe if you're not a member. I really appreciate it. And we'll get started. My honorable mention goes to the limited series Mary Jane and the Black Cat. It's currently on issue 3. In this series, we're seeing Mary Jane and Black Cat stuck in limbo, and they're trying to get Belasco's sword back and trying to find a way back home. At the same time, they both got secrets. Apparently, Mary Jane has powers now, and she's not really getting into how she got them. And Black Cat is wanting to tell her that she's become closer to Peter, but she's afraid that she'll damage the relationship between the two. It's been a really good series. That one and Go Goblin have been my favorite tie-ins to the Dark Web. Now that the Dark Web is over with, I'm really interested to see how the series goes, and I believe it's a 5-issue limited series, but I thought it deserved an honorable mention. Number 10 goes to Once Upon a Time at the End of the World. It's published by Studios. It tells the story of these two, I'm going to say teenagers or two people who are basically at the end of the world. Everything's laid waste, and they find each other, and they're going through the wastelands. One of them has been sequestered in his little building forever and is going out and seeing the world for a change. The other one is a survivalist who didn't really want them there, but now they're bonding, and it's the relationship's becoming pretty cool. They're learning a lot from each other, and this series, when I got the first issue, I really wasn't that crazy about it. It didn't really pull me in, but I kept on, and now I'm starting to really like it, and I'm interested to see how it goes. I believe it may be a 5-issue limited series, but I am enjoying it so far. Number 9 goes to Chicken Devils. It's the second limited series in the Chicken Devil series, published by Aftershock Comics, and it continues the story left off from the first series. You got Mitch. He's happy that his family actually survived the first series once he thought they were dead, and the ramifications of the Chicken Devil murders that he did as a vigilante. You got these two cops that are wanting him to continue, and they're going to be his partners, and they're all dressing up in the chicken outfits and going and just doing crazy stuff. Mitch doesn't really want a part of it, but he has no choice, or he feels he has no choice. And he's also dealing with this biker gang that has come to give him problems as well. I'm really enjoying the series. The first volume was just I loved it. I loved it. It just came out of nowhere, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm not really sure how many issues this series is going to be, but I'm here for the long haul because I really like it. Number 8 on the countdown is Daredevil, published by Marvel Comics. I've really enjoyed the Zdarsky run, whether it was the last volume or this current one. In this new series, we're seeing Daredevil and Elektra. They've taken their roles up as part of the Fist, and they're trying to battle the Hand and come to an ultimate confrontation between them and their beast or leader, the new leader, which is Frank Castle the Punisher. It's been really interesting. Daredevil has liberated a bunch of criminals, and they're all on this island, and he's trying to reform them and form his own little army. And a lot of his old friends are not happy with the way things are going. And like I said, it's been a really good read so far, and I really enjoy it. My number 7 pick is from Boom Studios, and it is the Specs Limited series. It's a 4-issue limited series. I believe I just got the last issue. I haven't read it yet, but the series revolves around these two kids named Ted and Kenny, and they get a hold of a pair of glasses that when you're wearing them, if they make a wish, it comes true. Everything starts out innocent at the very beginning, but then one of them's bullied by a guy named Skunk at the end of the first issue, and one of the kids makes a wish for him to be gone, but it backfires, and now this guy has disappeared. and the police are trying to figure out what's going on. And I believe it's one of the kids gets implicated in a possible murder. So I'm really interested to see how this series wraps up. Leading off in the number 6 spot is from another book from Image Comics. This is Nightclub. This series, I'm not sure, I believe it's 6 issue limited series. You got this kid, he does a lot of stuff on social media. He gets injured and is hospitalized, and he almost dies, but he gets turned into a vampire by this cop, and he decides that he's going to become a superhero. And not only that, but he turns his 2 friends into vampires, and they all become superheroes. I believe the 3rd issue just come out. I haven't read it yet, but it's been very interesting. And to me, the reason why I picked up the book to begin with was because it was only $1.99, and I loved that. I'm gonna support that all day long. But the story has been really, really good, and I've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the story develops. On the list at number 5, we have Batman by DC Comics. Batman has been a very solid read, especially since Chip Zdarsky has taken over. The failsafe story arc was pretty cool, even though the ending was questionable. In the new story arc, we've got a world without Batman, where the Batman sidekicks are trying to figure out where he's at, and Bruce is trying to figure out what world he woke up in where Batman doesn't exist. It's been pretty interesting so far, and as long as Zdarsky keeps writing good stuff, I'm in it for the long haul. Number 4 pick, another DC, another Batman title. This is Batman and the Joker, the Deadly Duo. I believe it's a 6 or 7 issue limited series, and this limited series, Batman is dealing with these creatures that are like part zombie and part Joker, and at the same time, he's also dealing with trying to find out where Commissioner Gordon has gone because he's been kidnapped. He believes the Joker may be responsible, and the Joker has decided to help him out. And it's been a really solid read so far. Mark Silvestri's doing a good job, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes because it's the Joker teaming up with Batman, and he's driving Batman nuts. And so far, I've really enjoyed it. So my number 3 pick is from Image Comics, and it is Nemesis Reloaded. I'm not sure how many issues the limited series is going to be. I picked up the first issue because I'd really never heard of Nemesis before, and I believe it was Mike on Comic Book Corner 2.0. He recommended it, so I went ahead and picked it up, and that first issue just blew me away. I got the second issue. I haven't read it yet, but I loved that first issue so much. I went and tracked down the trade paperback of the first series, and it's very brutal, but it's very awesome. I was going to say it reminds me of Kick-Ass, but the guy that's writing the series was the guy that wrote Kick-Ass, so that makes sense. And I highly recommend this series, and it is my number 3 pick. And who knows, if it keeps going the way it's going, it may go further up the list. My number 2 pick is kind of a pile up, if you want to call it that. It is basically all 4 Spawn titles. Now, I could have listed these individually, but they would have took up 4 spots on the top 10 list. And I really enjoy every single one of them. We got Spawn, Gunslinger, Scorched, and King Spawn. Gunslinger is my favorite of the 4, but all 4 series are just been phenomenal. Todd's been doing a really good job of creating his Spawn shared universe, and with them dealing with Spawn, locking up the dead zones, and all the demons from hell and the angels from heaven are trying to get Spawn to unlock them. It's been a really good series that ties together pretty good, and it is my number 2 pick because I always say that if I get a Spawn or a Something That's Killing the Children book in my new comic book daily list, I'm a happy guy. My number 1 pick for books that I'm currently reading that I enjoy so far is another mashup, and they go to Something That's Killing the Children and House of Slaughter, both from Boom Studios. House of Slaughter it has gotten better. The first 5 issue story arc was about Jace Bouchier and Aaron Slaughter, which was pretty cool. I cannot remember the name of the character that was spotlighted in issue 6 through 10. He went on like a monster hunting trip out into the ocean and fought this big ass dragon or some kind of sea creature, which was pretty cool. And the current series, which is on issue 12, I believe it's a modern story, and it is about Jace Bouchier. And but yeah, I've really enjoyed House of Slaughter, and Something that's killing the children is my favorite book so far since I've come back to reading comics. It just really grabbed me from the first time I read it. I really love the character Erica Slaughter going around killing monsters, and now she's dealing with the after effects of walking away from her order. Now the order's coming after her. So not only is she trying to kill monsters and save children, but she's also having to deal with being a renegade from her order. And it's very good. If you get a chance, if you can't afford the single issues, pick up the trades because it is a really awesome series, and it's my number one pick for a reason. And there you have it. That's my top 10 list of my favorite comics that I'm currently reading now. If you're enjoying the content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to post some links down in the description of some other YouTube content creators that I think you should check out their stuff and give them a like as well. They make awesome content. And I'll see you in the next episode of Tony's Top 10. So take it easy.